Okay, I think we have time for maybe two more quick questions. Arlene, go ahead.
Oh, this may be not good, but it's pressing on me.
Mm-hmm.
I wondered if John Wesley, standing here today, what words of advice, what do you think in this? I mean, I'm older and I've been around. I'm Southern Baptist. I don't know all this history, so this has been just fascinating.
Okay.
I know I should maybe read more things, but oh wow! I just it's one of the most divided times in our country.
Same question. Good.
Yeah. What would he say to us in our?
What would he say to us? These wonderful students that are here, these young whippersnappers who have faith in them to help us figure this out.
Right. I mean, I might go with he talked about love incessantly. If you look at Charles Wesley's hymns, you can identify the hymn by how many times it uses the word love without even looking at the bottom of the page. When he describes perfection, it's the holy love of God reigning in your heart, so that sin no longer reigns. I think that's what he would talk to us about. And it is a time of division. It's a time of division for Methodists. And what I've been telling everybody that will listen to me at all is, before we even talk about division, just love one another. Just at a very basic level. That's, there's the book, there you go. There you go. That book came out of a conference that I put together in Washington with speakers from various seminaries, and we didn't all agree. I mean, you get 10 academics in a room, you have 15 opinions at least. Just like Methodists. But the fact is, we loved one another for 3 days, enough to listen, enough to be patient, enough not to do any name calling. I mean, there were stark differences in political and theological perspective between people in this group. And the harmony of that group was really quite astounding, especially for a conference about politics in Washington, D.C. So that's what I would talk about. But I think it has to. One of the things I've noticed, and you can even see this in Washington, oftentimes people don't have friends who disagree with them.
Oh, okay.
They don't. I mean,
okay. That's a problem.
The people that you have over for dinner, the people who are on your Christmas card list that you actually talk to. I'm not talking about Facebook friends, although we seem to be friends, or we seem to be getting rid of people we don't agree with on our Facebook lists or Twitter or whatever, or Instagram. I should sound as old as I am. We need to stop that. We need to stop weeding out people we disagree with and invite them over for dinner. So I think that's something that's but it's not just be nice, because that's be nice. I think has to come out of the fact that we've experienced the love of God, and we need to actually treat others with the same love that we've encountered and that God has for them. I think that needs to be the basis. I mean, I'll tell you, Dad and I get together at least once or twice a year. We don't agree on everything. We're being really nice to each other. But there's a deep friendship that's lasted for years and years. And it's something I'm thankful for. So I'll say that public kudos to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I, of course, have to agree with that. Now, I would say there's two angles on your question, though. And one is, there's a couple of things you could say John Wesley would say if he was here. He'd say, repent and believe the gospel. Right. He'd say, seek the holiness without which no one will see the Lord. Those kinds of things. But if you want to ask how he would come out on contemporary issues that we think about very differently than people in the 18th century thought about it, the question would be, do you just rip him out of the 18th century and drop him down in SMU? Or does somebody get to give him the tutorial on what's happened since then and the science and bring him up to date? And the answer would depend upon who gives the tutorial. So actually, historically, we have to say, you can't do that. If John Wesley were here today, I think this is absolutely true, he would not be John Wesley. See, he's not. You just can't do that
Yeah.
in that respect.